Smart 24, driving business.
We'll be back from the break. You're still watching Smart Tech. I'm Anju Babriji. But of course, I hope you've been able to enjoy the previous session with Clinton, of course, in matters to do with blockchain-related aspects. And, it's quite a very interesting subject, by the way, if you really take time to, pay attention to it. And I think it's something which could be the trend. In other words, that's where the world is heading. But, away from that, now heading back now to the session with the fresh new innovation getting to be discovered here. Imagine a situation where you have a card, actually a single card like this, and with this card you are in position to sign in, sign out. It can act as your business card and quite so many multi-purpose. In other words, what we can call the multi-purpose card. And this seems to be, I think, the trend where we are heading towards having all your information all stored on just one card. And now my guest this very session is none other than Joshua Mulwana. He's an innovator. He's the man behind this kind of innovation and a unique kind of it in the country like Uganda. And of course, he has a history when it comes to lobbying grants. There is one he lobbied with NSSF, about 75 million. So that shows you that he has quite a rich history and a rich background when it comes to this kind of innovation. Joshua, you're very welcome on the show.
Yeah.
How are you doing?
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm okay. I'm good.
Yes.
Multi-card is the real aspect in here. Maybe first tell us a little bit more about it and how it functions. But also, I want you give us a reason as to why that technology is important in our day-to-day business running.
Yes, I can introduce multi-card as a multi-purpose card. Yes, that can be used by corporate organizations to fill up very many gaps in their operations. For starters, very many people always buy paper cards. They give you a deck of like 100 cards. They get used up, or maybe you're at a conference, they're all used up, and then you have to call in and then have other cards sent in. So I came up with this one card. Yes, it uses near-field communication and QR code. Why? Because in Africa, let's say Uganda, we have two types of phones. Those that are NFC enabled, and then those that don't have the NFC chip. I think I've seen whites making payments, but they use their phones, they just tap and pay. So we just also use that same technology to come up with our product. So all you have to do is to get your card. If you're at a conference, you go and tap on someone's phone, so all your credentials are reflected onto their phone, and then they just have to add to contacts and they save everything. So as an organization, it's saving you over 90% of what you've been spending to make the paper cards. Yes, because every employee needs just one card. Yes, and then the same card can be used for access control. Yes, you come to work, you tap your card on the card reading machine, it gives you access, you enter. And then it can also be used for clock in, clock out. So you're able to know when, let's say Martin came in at work, at what time he left and all that. So you're using one card to do very many things at the same time.
Very interesting. Very interesting. Now, based on your journey and experience, ever since you came up with this innovation, how relevant has it been to the people that have actually already encountered it?
I'll give an example. Our biggest client, I think it's DHL. Yes, they're the first people who came up with who approached us, the first big corporate organization to approach us for these cards. Yes, so they told us they were using paper cards, but even when they gave them out, people just threw them away. Yes, but now the beauty with multi-card, it's going to have all your social media credentials within the system. Yes, so it's naturally we humans are lazy. So when you give me your card, I think 99% of the times I'm not going to even get my phone and type in your YouTube handle or any social media handle, but multi-card does all the work for you. So you just sit back and then tap. Like, I met Martin at a conference. He told me he's a salesperson in ABC. So you just go tap his contacts and everything is going to be well laid out for you. So it's up to you to reach out to the person, either a WhatsApp, you just tap through multi-card, WhatsApp, and then you close the deal. Yes, so they told us they've generated more leads. Yeah, and actually the multi-card sells them before they even sell themselves.
Okay.
Because the people go off like, what? What's that? Yeah. So before you even say anything, multi-card has done like maybe 20% of your work to close down the sale. Yeah.
Very interesting. I think you can really see how impactful this technology is. But of course, like any other technology, I would want to know, what was that experience that drove you to do this? Was it because you know IT, or was it because you wanted to be a part of solving a certain, or to be a part of a solution, in other words?
Well, how I got multi-card, I was making my research. You know, everyone has that point in time when you are really low. Yeah, I felt like everything had really gone down business-wise. So it was more like a 3 a.m. in the night idea. So I got this idea, and I was trying to look for something whereby someone can easily market themselves. Yeah, so I encountered near-field communications. I was like, what's this thing? So I read about it, and I have a background in engineering. I'm an electrical engineer, so it was easier for me to relate. So I was like, what if I did ABC to try and come up with a product, EFG? So it worked out, yes, and then we did the prototype, and then we hit the launch button, and today here we are.
Wow, very absolutely amazing. Maybe you could tell us your journey in terms of, because I've been interacting with some of the people that do IT, that are probably are running IT related companies, and they talk about some aspect of struggle within that. Majority of the IT companies survive on donations money. So you, as with this kind of innovation, how have you found that reality? Is it what you're experiencing, or at some point we can say, okay, there is return on investment?
I'll be honest, right now we cannot even begin speaking about return on investment at Multicard, because we are still growing. Yes. So startups, like any other startup, the amount of money you get through operations and sales, it goes back right into operations. Yes. So you even find yourself having to do maybe side gigs to finance the company, because you know in 2-3 years time this is going to be a whole different story. Yeah, so when we kicked off, that was 21st February 2022. Yeah, sales came in, but like any other company, you have those moments where work is slowing down because maybe you don't have equipment, you don't have the software development is going high, you need more developers, you need to keep up and maybe go to level 2. So in order to go to level 2, you need that financial push. And yes, we were lucky. NSSF came in. Okay, we were part of a group of people that won a grant.
A grant for it, $75,000.
Yeah, $20,000, which has, yes, it has really helped us to push Multicard to the next level. But as a startup as well, you have to create products that bring in sales. Yeah, so you cannot be relying on grants and all that. You get, because even when the investors come in, they want to look at your numbers.
They want to look at your numbers.
Yeah, how many sales have you made in a given period of time? So if, let's say, we invest amount X, how big shall it push you and all that? So you have to solve a problem. Because if you don't solve a problem, it will be difficult for you to sell.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So to what extent do you feel you have solved some of the society's
problem
challenges with the Multicard?
Yes.
To what extent?
Okay, now Multicard began as a digital business card. Yes. But as we learned more about the technology, we created branches. Let me call them branches of Multicard, like spin-offs. So yeah, we began with the ticketing system for stadiums. Right now we are working with.
How does the ticketing system work?
Now we help a football club sell their season tickets, and we have all their numbers. So a club can know, maybe I have 1,000 season ticket holders, and every game I know a given number of X people came to watch my game, and on this given number X, YZ are this category of funds, maybe say gold ticket holders, maybe VVIP or VIP. Yeah, so it helps you break down all those statistics, so that you are able to plan for the next season or for the next game and all that. So, and then we also went into access control, clock in, clock out. Yeah, so we came up with a solution for schools whereby it helps schools monitor the right guardians to pick up these children. Yes. So if you have your border guy who picks up your child every day after school, so they are supposed to be registered with the school.
And that person that picks the child, that's supposed
yes,
to be
they have a multi-card. So they get to the school, it's flashed, then it brings up their details. So if the details of the multi-card don't match with the person I'm seeing, you're fraudulently wrong. You're not going to pick up this kid from school.
Okay.
Yeah.
2 packages, this check-in and check-out system.
Yes.
Then there is the ticketing.
Smart ticketing system. Yes.
Wow.
And then maybe I recently launched a product. We have smart wallet.
Smart wallet.
Yes, that they have RFID protection. You know, they could easily read off information of your credit card.
Yeah.
But once these cards are in our wallet, it has an RFID protector, so they cannot read off
any information.
Yes, and you just literally access your cards by just a push of a button, and yeah.
Actually, that point I wanted us to dwell much into it, because majority of people are so skeptical. Of course, with the current fraud cases, cyber crimes, and somebody might be wondering, is that you mentioned the RFID? How have you designed it in a way that somebody can really feel that my money is secure, that I'm not going to be frauded?
I wouldn't want to give away the secret.
We may not talk about, of course, how the procedure, but what is the guarantee? What guarantee of safety should somebody? Why should somebody trust the RFID?
Actually, I can show you that practically. Once, for example, this multi-card, yes, it has a chip inside. Yes, so a smartphone has a chip.
A smartphone. A multi-card has a chip. A smartphone has a chip.
Yes, NFC. So near field communication. They communicate through a very small distance. Yes. Now, if I get this multi-card and I put it in our wallet, then I get this phone and I try to bring it closer to the multi-card, it won't read.
Wait, if I get a phone,
yes.
If somebody gets a phone and they try to bring it closer,
yes. Right now, for example, when you get this multi-card, yes, and you tap, it's going to show you a notification. You get so meaning this chip is communicating with the chip here, and then something is happening. You see?
Exactly.
But now, if I get this card and I put it in our wallet, and I get this phone and I bring it closer, it won't read. Because it's now the communication is being blocked.
Okay.
So the same thing happens for the credit cards. Yeah.
Okay. Very interesting in there. Technology at its peak, as we take a look at the variances in which it really operates. Now, today we're looking at the multi-card, and we can see how relevant it is when it comes to solving society's challenges and problems. But probably, I know as a developer, running a startup, it comes with lots of challenges. What are those unique challenges that actually you're experiencing, and how best do you think you can be helped as a startup to achieve your desired objectives?
Okay. I've met some people who find it difficult. I think they're like in that comfortable zone. Yeah.
Comfortable zone. Yeah.
Yes, to switch from paper cards to the smart card. Yes.
Smart card.
They're a little bit skeptical. They're scared of the technology. Aren't you going to read off my data? All that. Yeah, and then maybe for like any other normal startup, we need that little push in terms of capital, because you have in order to grow, yes, you need human resources. Now, you have to sustain these people. That's why at first I was saying you have to create a product that solves a problem in society.
Yes.
Because in that way it will help you maybe generate sales that will help sustain and then push the company as it grows. Yes. So in case a grant comes in, well and good, it will help you maybe reach your goal faster. Maybe if you had a goal that you wanted to achieve in 2 months' time, or 6 months' time, maybe it will cut down that time to half, 3 months' time, because now you're going to easily facilitate your human resource. You're going to easily dwell into the tech and then develop a better product. So every startup needs that financial backup to help them with their operations.
Interesting. There is something lately, the artificial intelligence aspect, which is really running all the way, and it seems like most developments are much more. It's more like it's becoming the pivot of any development. To what extent is it being involved in the multi-CAD, or is it even necessary there?
We've not yet looked into the AI, I'll be honest with you, because of our resources and what we're trying to handle. But maybe in 2-3 years' time, I think we shall catch up with the updates that will be available by then. Because when I see the direction in which we are headed, I think it will be something we cannot do away with in the next 3-5 years' time. Yeah, so I think it's more one step at a time. I think we shall get there.
Maybe also to ask, how have you found the policies within Uganda when it comes to IT policies? Do you find them favorable on your side?
Well, they're not really well defined, I should say. For example, we deal with integrations. Yeah, it's really hard work to finalize an integration in Uganda. I don't know why.
Hard work?
Yes. Integration in relation to payments. Yeah. So with the telecoms, it will take forever. Okay. Yeah, that's why I think most startups, I'm very sure about it, run to I don't want to call them third parties, but they run to the likes of Pegasus, because these people really easily help them integrate the payments. Yeah, so I think it's better when you work with these other integrators other than the telecoms, because they take forever. I believe something is supposed to be swift. I provide my KYC, then you take me through the entire how your system works and how we're supposed to go about everything, but it takes forever. So I really don't know why, but it takes forever. And then it frustrates you as a startup leader. So you begin looking for plan B, plan C. Yeah, so that's how we end up with, for example, the integrators and
Okay. Maybe we've seen quite lots of developments in technology, regionally, globally. Any way they are impacting your growth and development of the multi-CAD?
When I look at our country and I compare it to the likes of Kenya, Rwanda, I feel like we're still lagging behind. Like these guys are like 10 years ahead of us.
Of course.
Yes.
A little bit.
When you look at how fast that technology is moving, they are more aggressive. Yes. I feel like I haven't really done a lot of research about them, but from what I see, I read, I feel like these guys, wow, they're really moving so fast. So I don't know whether it goes down to their federations or the government. I really have no idea. But and also when you look at the numbers, Kenya, they're raising more money in the startup world as compared to Uganda. I don't have the statistics, but I think I've seen something. Yes, so
you do.
I think their playing ground is it's better than our playing ground. So I think a lot of work has to be done on our side, because I believe there are very many good ideas here, but they just have to be pushed. In life, everyone deserves that small push to take it to the next level.
That's definite. Maybe tell us, because in my interaction before we came on live here on air, you told me about the entrepreneur side of you, and maybe this could be something that you should speak out to an IT entrepreneur out there. How has it taken you? How have you been able to organize all the resources of production, the labor? I mean, there is you may not have land yet, but at least we can call it space. The space aspect, the labor aspect, and the fact that you are able to actually even employ some people.
Well, we're a team of 3 people. I mean the founders of MultiCAD. So we sat down and like, you know what? It's not going to be easy. MultiCAD is going to produce. Okay, we're going to generate some sales, get some money, but that money is not going to be able to help us to go to another level. For example, when we kicked off with 3, yes, me, Olga, Innocent. Innocent was the only developer we had. So Innocent had to write and code. So he write code for like 8 hours.
8 hours.
He used to sleep at 5, 6 in the morning. He has been working through the night. So we go for like, you know what? Multicad cannot go to the next level if we are operating like this. So what we're going to do, we're going to bring in a few people, human resource, maybe developers and admins and all that, to help us push this work. But the money we're generating, we have to also look at ourselves, like our side hustles. We get money, pump into the company. At a given point T, 2 years from now, it's going to be a whole different story. So you have to push on the side, get whatever you can. I get what I can, Olga gets what she can, Innocent gets what he can. We all push into the company because we have a target. So you're not doing something to benefit now. It's like raising a child. You
definitely.
Have to teach her values, you have to teach her all these things. So it's a process. So Multicad is also like that's our child. We are raising Multicad, and you have to put in the resources. The way maybe a parent buys the diapers, the milk, take you to school. It's like you're also raising this child, putting in money. So at a given point T, he'll bring up the returns and will be like, yeah, you guys are now a grown-up person, and
absolutely like amazing. Now maybe in the last minutes, let's have a demonstration, a brief demonstration of how really this works.
Okay, interesting.
Okay, so now of course as he's putting himself up together with a card, it's time to take a look just briefly, how does this really work, so that you get an expectation just in case you're planning to have one.
So Multicad, this is the Multicad, this is the Multicad, this is the Multicad, and then this is the smartphone. So all I have to do is to get this card, bring it closer to the phone. I get a notification, open up my notification. So it has laid out all my details in real time. For example, these are my social media handles. If you tap here, it takes you right to my Twitter account. So if you tap here, right to my Instagram account. And if you tap add to contacts, it's going to just download everything. Yes. So I just go and then create a new contact and then done. So if I'm to go into my contact book and I search for Mulwana, for example, it's going to bring up my contact with all my links to the social medias and everything. So even if through my contact book, I'm like, I met Mulwana at a conference, let me check out his Twitter handle. I just go, it will take me to his Twitter handle. Just like
perfect
in real time.
Perfect. You see how tech just makes things quite very impossible and in the shortest time possible. It's been a pleasure to have you, Josh.
Yes.
And that's quite very wonderful. We shall be checking out and see a follow-up to see how far you've gone in terms of developing that company. Well, that is then matters to do with the multi-card, the multi-purpose card, in other words, a card that can be used for quite lots of aspects, multi-business card, sign in, sign out, and so many other relations. And I believe there are new developments that are coming up, and of course we shall be catching up those developments. And that is it for Smart Tech. And of course, don't forget channel 320, that's on DSTV, channel 372 on DSTV, and channel 320, that's on GOTV, and on our social media handles at Smart24 TV, that's on Twitter, Smart24 TV official, that's on Facebook. And don't forget to go to your Play Store, get the Smart Digital application. You'll be able to stream Smart24 TV at any part. You'll be at, maybe you're heading towards work with your mobile phone. You haven't yet access to your TV set. Well, you'll be using that to help you out to catch up the latest information. And definitely till next week, goodbye.